Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and I got a super spicy deck for you guys here today. We are going to play some Historic and we are jumping into 1,000 Year Storm Explore. So we have some awesome new cards that came from Jumpstart with Explore, which you may play an additional land this turn. It's basically like a different version of Growth Spiral. Instead of just putting it from your hand, like the nice thing about Growth Spiral is you can do it on instant speed, so you can do it on your turn. Explore, it's sorcery speed, but then you also get to just play land from hand after you play this, and so it works out a little bit differently, but overall same type of effect. And what we're trying to do is basically ramp up like crazy with our Explorers, with our Growth Spirals, with Oracle of Moldiah, as well as just drawing into enough lands that we can actually do so. And so we do have quite a few lands into the deck. Actually, I think we're only at like 25 because we end up drawing so many cards that we should be able to run into them as we go along, and we're only needing to get up to 6 mana. So we try to get to 6 mana through Oracle of Moldiah, Explorer, Growth Spiral, all that stuff. I could also probably bring in Uros into the deck because we do cast enough spells to have stuff in the graveyard. But right now I'm trying to avoid playing the same stuff we always play. Devin with the second month of Twitch Prime. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. All right, so yeah, then we have 1,000 Year Storm, which says 6 mana enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant sorcery spell you've cast this turn. You may choose new copies for the targets. So we get to do some pretty awesome stuff here with Explore, with Growth Spiral, where we can just cast them, get multiple triggers, and then have a bunch of land drops on the same turn. So then we can cast more things, get more stuff, draw more cards, and just kind of go crazy with this deck. And then we have our Genesis Ultimatum. And this is really the main combo of the deck, is to try to get multiple copies of Genesis Ultimatum out into the battlefield so that we can just basically cast our entire hand. And this gets out multiple 1,000 Year Storms, gets out multiple costs of Genesis Ultimatum. So look at the top 5 cards of your library, put any number of permanents, cards from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest into your hand. If we get enough copies of this, we will eventually run into Jace, the Wielder of Mysteries, which will put this onto the battlefield, and then we'll end up going through our entire library. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, will then win us the game as soon as he draws a card, because Genesis doesn't actually, just looks at the top 5 cards, doesn't actually draw you cards. So that's one way to win. We also have the way of win of just hitting a Shock or Lightning Strike after making, if we make 15 copies of Shock, that's 30 damage to face. And so that's kind of the main goal of this, is that we try to get to a Lightning Strike, Magma Jets, and Shocks to then fling in damage towards face and win through a bunch of copies of 1,000 Year Storm. So that's one way to do it. The other ways is just we also do have Field of the Dead in the deck. We only have 2 copies. And then because we do want to make sure that we have untapped lands, we do want to make sure we have everything else going on for us. But because we get to play so many extra lands each turn, we're kind of fine with some of those coming in tapped. So we have a bunch of just different lands here. I think we have 15 different lands to go along with the Field of the Dead. As long as we control 7 or more lands with different names, then we create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. We also can win just through zombie Field of the Dead. So our ramp does go well for us. Getting just a bunch of lands onto the battlefield on the same turn can do some work for us. Otherwise, we have some Shocks, Magma Jets. Magma Jet here because we can scry 2 as well. Having multiple copies of that can help us scry through to make sure that we're trying to find the pieces that will help us win on the next turn or whatever. Lightning Strike, it just does more damage to face. So if we do get this, this is the card that we want to be firing off at face when we have 2 or 3,000 Year Storms on the battlefield and they're stacked up to where we're making 4 copies with each one of them. So that's the dream. That's what we're trying to do with this deck. We have Chemistry's Insight to draw us more cards, Ops to help us fill out our early game, and also just a really good card to start off 1,000 Year Storm, getting lots of lots of draws so that we can get more triggers of each thing and just kind of go off that way. So anyway, that's the deck. Let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay, see how this does for us, and wish me luck. All right, up against Mike 2, and we don't have any Explorer stuff, but we do have the Ops, so we will keep this. We have Opt, we have Interaction, Life Isn't Bad. Well, hello there. Indanto Vanguard. All right. Shocks don't do very well against Indanto Vanguards. There we go. Growth Spiral is what we're looking for. All right, play Forest, pass the turn. So going up against aggro is a bit of a concern. We don't have a ton of ways to just interact with the aggro decks. Maybe we should bring in like 1 or 2 copies of Flame Sweep, because if we get multiple copies of them, we can kill a lot of stuff. All right, so bring out Growth Spiral. Another Opt. Let's play out the Field of the Dead. Tapped. Oracle of Moldiah means that I can... Let's see here. Let's go for... We're going to shock ourselves a few times here, which is a little bit awkward. But we do want ramp to get to the 1,000-year storm. I can opt in and grab the Explorer. That's shocking ourselves again, though. Let's play this tapped, pass the turn. If we do get to play a land off the top of the library, we're in pretty good shape. Don't have shock. No. All right. All right, this is a feather deck, it looks like, which is a great deck, actually, in Historic. I feel like right now is a good time to be playing feather. I probably should have just lightning striked here instead. We don't have any targets for this. Down to 11. Feather comes out. That's bad. So we're taking 6, 7. They have any pump spells that can actually potentially kill us here? Let's go for Explore first. Try to hit that land. Okay. Breeding Pool tapped. The other thing too is we want to be able to actually do stuff with 1,000-year storm, but that requires us staying alive for a couple turns. So let's go ahead and kill the Arcanist. And pass the turn. We're just going to opt. Yeah, we're going to get to our 1,000-year storm, but then we also have to have 2 spells to be able to cast stuff. So maybe we do hold off on the opt. This is where it's difficult with this deck. Yep, has the God's Willing with Feather. Typically, people will just scoop as soon as they see this going. We probably will have to as well. They're doing 9 damage here. I don't think there's any way that we can stop them from doing more the next time. I did forget to bring in board wipes into this deck, so we may have to change this up a smidge. We have lots of shocks and everything, but against this deck, our shocks do so much less. Let's see what we draw just to see if there's any chance here. Yeah, all right. If we had one more turn, so like basically 1,000-year storm, if we could survive the next turn, we had Growth Spiral into opt, which would probably, we could probably combo off into game, but not quite enough here. I need to bring in Flame Sweeps, so we're gonna go ahead and resign this one and go again. Let's actually do 1 Storm's Wrath. One Storm's Wrath. Uro would be decent for the life gain as well, honestly. Let's go down to 2 Oracles, 2 Uros. Flame Sweep is good as well, just to be able to have something at instant speed. So 2 Flame Sweeps. We trim on a shock. Let's go down to 2 shocks. I think that's fine for our deck. It is a finisher, but it's not the only way that we can finish. And then 1 Chemist's Insight. We have enough draw and everything else. I think that's fine. All right, so this is the updated version of the deck. I forgot to bring in the Flame Sweeps and Storm's Wrath. I think those are necessary. And because there is a lot of aggro stuff in Historic right now, I do think bringing in at least 2 copies of Uro here is nice to be able to gain 3 life. I'm not as focused on that game plan. I'm using it for the ramp, but being able to draw cards, gain life on a creature is pretty nice as well. And we can bring it back later on to just be a big blocker to let us combo off. So Uro does fit here pretty well. All right, up against Joshua Pants, bring it on. And I think this hand, we do have Explore, we have Removal, so we keep it. I'd love to find some blue mana quick, but this is not a worst hand ever, especially being on the draw or on the play. What's up, DJ? How you doing? Welcome. All right, we fire off Explore. Play Stomping Ground tapped, pass the turn. Still no blue mana. We should be able to find it soon. We have... All right, so we get to hold up Flame Sweep with the Conspicuous Snoop. Letting him untap with Snoop is a little bit awkward, but Flame Sweeps are so good here. We could also Magma Inject to try to find the 2 blue stuff. So they should be playing Wily Goblin off the top here. I really don't know why they wouldn't. It's a 1 mana spell basically here. All right, Chain Whirler. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the Conspicuous Snoop. There's blue mana. Jace, we are totally fine having be at the bottom for this deck. Bring in the island. Yeah, we need to be digging for lands, so we're fine taking our beats from Chainwhirler for a little bit here. Try to hit the land. No land for Jeffy. Strats. And this is where playing 25 lands may not be enough. Like, we really probably should be bringing in more lands for that. I wanted to make sure that we had enough spells in the early game to do other stuff too, though. And we have enough draw that we should be able to get to 6 mana, still by turn like 5 at the very least. Okay, Skirk Prospector. Okay, Sulfur Falls. We have to cast all this stuff on the next turn, so let's go ahead and let's actually, I guess we Flame Sweep now before they get to untap with the Prospector. Yeah, Flame Sweep, Lightning Strike. We'll hold on to Opt, and we hopefully hit land for Thousand Year Storm on the next turn. Lightning Strike, Chainwhirler. We're keeping our life total at 19 here, which is pretty nice. Goblins can definitely do busted things, but they usually need a few turns to actually get there. Down to 17. Not a land. Come on now. Growth Spiral off the top. We will keep it. We don't have enough blue mana to cast the Uro right now, but we have enough cards in Graveyard. We will Growth Spiral. Finally got the land. Bring it in tapped. Pass the turn. Alright, so next turn we get Thousand Year Storm into hopefully a spell and Genesis Ultimatums. Goblin Instigator. Yeah, this Chieftain is getting busted. That is a lot of damage. Alright, Ultimatum could be good here. I think we go for Uro though. Alright, play Uro. Go up to 10. Oh, Storm's Wrath. We are one land away from being able to actually cast that as well. I think that we're dead here. If they have any other goblins, actually with Castle Embereth, we're definitely dead. Chieftain number 2, yeah, good game. We may have used the Flame Sweep one turn too early, I believe. But we were also really close with the Storm's Wrath as well there. Goblins, this is, I mean, they are the best deck in Standard right now, and this is why. It's just, Goblin Chieftain is so busted. Consists of Snoop is busted, Muxus is busted. There's just so many good things if they work together to be going crazy there. Alright, up against Kingfish, we don't have a ton of stuff going for us in this hand. So I guess we mulligan. And we keep this. And we drop the Magma Jet because we can't actually play it. And that's a Growth Spiral. Sweetness. Pass the turn. Going for Explore. Well, I'm going to opt first. Take that, fool. More Growth Spirals. This only really works if we actually have lands in hand, but we do want to keep drawing cards. Pass the turn. Is this mono green ramp? The new art for Sword and Fire and Ice is so pretty, by the way. You're currently at 600 in Mythic. Nice. Region Archive. Okay. All right, so we could play Uro here, but we actually get Explore and Growth Spiral. So we go for that instead. There's the Opt. We can do it instant speed, but I'm just going to do it now. No lands. Oh man. All right, maybe I do need to increase the lands in this deck. I figured with the amount of draw that we had, that we'd at least be able to get to 6 mana consistently with all these spells. And then we want to make sure that we have enough spells that we're not just hitting lands off of our Thousand Year Storm stuff, because there is a chance that we fizzle if we don't have enough spells. So this is a little bit awkward. I thought 25 would be enough. 26 would probably be a little bit better. Although I don't think it's right to be going to 27, 28 lands into this deck. I know a lot of people disagree with that. I like to play with fewer lands most of the time because playing physical paper, that's what always worked well for me. I don't know. Karn the Great Creator. Sorcerer Spyglass. So they do get to take a peek at our hand. I think the escape cost does count as an activated ability, but at the same time though, actually I don't think it is because it doesn't have the colon there. It's just a mana cost. It's an additional cost to cast it again. So it doesn't actually do anything there. Emancipation list I'd like to say. Yeah, absolutely, send it in. Send it into my Discord. I take my more deck list there on my Discord than anywhere else. I hit Tamiyo with this. All right, let's go for Uro. Draw a card. Go ahead and shock you. I should have grabbed red mana with this though. Now we're going to want to grab the blue to have the opt. That's fine. There's Anissa. All right, we need to find our 1,000-year storms. Yep, untaps, it's a swing, then plays Hedron Archive. So much mana. They're going to get to Ugin soon. Ugin doesn't do a ton to us. It does exile 1,000-year storm if we get it out. So it's annoying, but still not the absolute worst. We do have to hit land to get the 1,000-year storm as well. So get the land. That's not the worst. All right, play Uro. Group on Craig. Oh, because we had 2 islands, we didn't have the Fill the Dead just yet. So next turn we get to start creating 2/2s. That's something that Ugin also can't deal with too well. Alright, kills the Uro, pumps in, swings like crazy. We get to play Hinterland Harbor and Genesis Ultimatum, which could create a bunch of Fill the Dead triggers for us.
I can create.
Pardon the Great Creator. Yeah, Again, we want to get to 1,000-year storm and have multiple flame sweeps. That should be able to kill everything. Multiple Storm's Wrath also kills all of the planeswalkers, so that would be amazing. Grafdigger's Cage. Alright, that's fine. No more Uro abilities.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
That's right, it costs less because of Ugin. And there's the 8 mana Ugin. Alright. Definitely not good. We have 1 turn to find Storm's Wraths and 1,000-year storm. I actually would rather get into that with yeah, so we are going to go for Genesis Ultimatum instead. Let's see. Do they tick down for the 1,000-year storm here? Because if I can find some way to play other things, this is still good. Let's go ahead and Genesis Ultimatum. Alright, we did get a 1,000-year storm out, so let's see, I can Flame Sweep and kill all the forests. And we also get Lightning Strike here. So yeah, we can Flame Sweep. I can also Lightning Strike. Flame Sweep will trigger twice here. Lightning Strike will also trigger twice. I can do kill here, kill here. That's probably the best play for us. So here and here. We'll see if Ugin decides to go ahead and -6. It will kill our 1,000-year storm, but also gets rid of their Nissa. Yeah, green is, yeah, this deck is a similar version of this deck has been around for a while. The version without this Ugin was still really powerful. Adding in this Ugin to the mono green artifacts and planeswalkers deck, it just makes it so much more busted. All right, they get to kill the 1,000-year storm with that Ugin. We are getting to actually do some of our crazy stuff that we've been wanting to do. That is the dream. We got Thousand Year Storms. We are ultimatuming.
Be gone, interloper.
Yeah, X0 gets rid of these guys to get swinging for enough that Ugin is lethal on the next turn. Yeah, if we were able to find Storm's Wrath instead of this, we had a better shot. Okay. Thousand Year Storm. Thousand Year Storm. Growth Spiral. Alright, if we had hit a land there, we would have had a much better chance. Double Flame Sweeps. Just wanted to see what we can get here. Can't actually play it. Yeah, okay. That's game. We'll concede. Ugin could just do 3 damage to face. There's a bunch of other stuff going on there. Maybe going for the Genesis Ultimatum might have been a smidge better. We didn't have a way of gaining life, though. So, oh well, oh well. I also wonder if the Spark Hunter could be worth bringing in against Ugins as well. All right, so keeping this, yeah, we have Growth Spirals, we have Magma Jets. Not too shabby. I do wonder if we should be playing something like Cultivate instead of other stuff. Like Cultivate being triggered multiple times is also really powerful. Okay, pass the turn. All right, Teamer Reclamation. All right, this does mean we get to draw a card with when Uro comes into the battlefield as well. So we get to draw it twice here. So we should be able to find the land that we want. So take action, draw with Selvala. Now draw here, still no lands. That's a bunch of crap. I guess we get rid of an Explorer. And Questing Beast, yeah, alright, that's cool. They have flipping everything. That's nice of them to have. Alright, let's, how much damage are we taking here? So they already have how much damage on the board? 8, 9, 10. So I don't want to shock myself too much. We do have double Growth Spiral to potentially find more lands. I think we have to try to go for that. Okay, Scry, Storm's Wrath on top. Yes, we do keep that. Pass the turn. We can Growth Spiral on... We know we don't actually get anything out of Growth Spiral other than a card draw, so I guess I'd rather try to Magma Jet something here. Alright, down to 7. Please play out more big things that we can Storm's Wrath. The Great Henge. Boo. Let's see here. I would like to hit a land here, so let's go ahead and Growth Spiral. We know we want this one. I'd rather keep Opt to be able to play with Thousand Year Storm right afterwards. So Storm's Wrath. Wipe the board. Breeding Pool. Tapped. And pass the turn. We can opt for a land to try to hit Genesis Ultimatum. The nice thing about Ultimatums is it also is a good way to help us try to find more Thousand Year Storms. And it also might be able to bring out some blockers like Oracle Moldiah, something like that. Another Selvala. Cool. And dang it, questing beast is what we are very terrified of. All right, another ultimatum. We have to hit land. Down to 2. Most of our stuff can't block, but Uro can. Yeah, draw a card. Extra cards are always nice. Play the land out. Everything we can play at instant speed, right? So pass the turn. Shocks it in. Their own Uro. They almost have enough to bring it back this turn, but not quite. So attacks in, we block the questing beast, we just have to try to deal with Selvala. I could probably put more spells into the graveyard to bring Uro back as well. That's another way we can go for this next turn. Brings back Uro. Growth Spiral. I'm trying to hit lands. We really need to be able to play multiple things here. Alright, good game. Gosh dang it. Man, I feel like this deck could actually do some cool stuff. It just wasn't... We weren't ever able to get past the turn. So I think the biggest issue is that Thousand Year Storm takes an entire turn off. And we kept getting to that turn to do it and just weren't able to do anything. So we went 0-3 with this one in the event. 0-4 because we had another one. I'm gonna go ahead and take it into free play for a couple of more games for this video. All right, let's go ahead and add... maybe we take out the Oracle. I don't feel like the Oracle is as good as like Cultivate here. So a couple Cultivates, and then we need to add in a few more lands. So because we added Cultivate, having more basic lands is fine. So that goes up to 26. We trim down on a... maybe an ultimatum, 3 copies might be fine. We'll drop a Magma Jet. Let's just try 26. I know it's not a big difference, but we'll just see. All right, keep this. Nice. Hinterland Harbor's perfect there. Let's just opt and Growth Spiral. Trying to draw as many lands as we can, as many cards. And also now board wipes. We'll keep lands. We do need to find red mana at some point, though. Garrison Cat, yeah, we'll also just play Jace here, which is fine. Oh, there's Flame Sweep. Yeah, still no... We can win without Jace, and so I think it's fine here. They don't have enough to actually kill him. So mill them. We draw 2. We find more board wipes, but no red mana. Yeah, I should have scryed the island away. Whoa, Strider. Whoa, Strider. Okay, red mana. No. Let's try that again. Red mana.
Let's try this.
No. Let's try that again. Kipster's in sight. All right. We're gonna have to discard now. Still no red mana. Wow. All right. But that tapped. All right. I mean, one flame sweep would be amazing here. Mothra. Now one Flame Sweep is pretty terrible, actually. Swings everything at Jace. It's just enough to kill it. That's cool and all. We do get to Flame Sweep and then hopefully find... Man, where is this flippin' red mana? Alright, can I play this and still hit something else? Alright, Chemist's Insight. Drop a Genesis Ultimatum. Digging for red mana still. Well, we get Cultivate. And we do have red mana here. Alright, we still get to stay alive through this, so this is fine. I could have used Temple of Mystery there to try to dig for more stuff, but I want to be able to Flame Sweep into Storm's Wrath, so more red mana is good. We'll drop, I guess, the Temple. Oh, Blood Artist. Alright, that means we're dead. They have too much damage on board for board wipes. Unless we find a shock or something to be able to kill the Cruel Celebrants and then Flame Sweep before it comes back with Mothra. They still have enough, yeah. And they're just gonna kill us now. Yeah, okay, good game. Alrighty. Yeah. Dang it, this deck just keeps like... Alright, keep this. Lead off with Temple of Mystery so we can play Explore. Another Explore. Yeah, we'll keep. Alright, we need to get to the Storm's Wrath then. So play Explore. Play Island. Opt to find more lands. Try to get to the Storm's Wrath. Attacks itself. Interesting. War Chief. Okay. We need more lands. Desperately. Alright, tap land's fine. Keep land on top. Play Explore, draw it. Play the land, pass the turn. This lets us get to 1,000-Year Storm on the next turn. And we just hope that they don't go too crazy here. Only 3 mana. If it goes too crazy, we can do Storm's Wrath. Alright, we get to hold up Lightning Strike as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they have the other Hasty Goblin, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or yeah. So 4 plus 6, 10, and then the 2 will be 10. So yeah, they already have a potential this game over here. So let's go ahead and Storm's Wrath. Pass the turn. Make him reset. Goblin Matron. Skirk Prospector. Plays Skirk Prospector. Kills Skirk Prospector. Thousand-Year Storm. Alright, so we do guarantee get Genesis Ultimatum on the next turn. If we hit... And we probably do fire it off, even though we don't get to copy it just yet. That's still fine. Okay, down to 6. They have lethal for the next turn. Flame Sweep would be a good draw here. That's a Flame Sweep. So pass the turn. So Goblin Matron comes out. Resolve. I'm going to wait till they actually go to combat here. I'm a Nutter. What's up, man? Welcome. Mahalo. Appreciate it. This is Skirk Prospector. I'm wanting them to sacrifice and have the extra mana during their phase. Yeah, so they probably had enough to actually play Muxus in response. Alright, so we have just enough for Genesis. If we opt and hit a land, we can Genesis Ultimatum twice. But we have too many tapped lands, so I think we just go for this now. This also brings cards to our hand. We can opt twice here. Might as well. We have other spells that we can still cast for the next turn. Put that to the bottom. To the bottom. See, now we're drawing all our lands. I feel like the other games we were just kind of getting screwed with land drops. We went up one land and all of a sudden we draw tons and tons of lands. And that's just sometimes how this goes, right? All right, we do get the Flame Sweep for instant speed. Now we get to go for... let's just play Uro and Jace, I guess. If we hit land, actually we still get to hold up Flame Sweep as well this way.
We'll make this look easy. Always an ass.
I'm milling them because it doesn't really matter for us to do it another way. So pass the turn. Muxus comes out. Okay, that can be very, very bad. Okay, before they get to go to combat, real quick, Flame Sweep now, because Muxus has haste that could hurt us really badly. Alright, so that was a little bit early. I wanted to make sure they couldn't actually go to combat, so I should have just held up a little thing there, but this is still fine. Alright, so now we get to go crazy. So, mill them, draw two, or draw a card. Field of the Dead. And then let's go ahead and opt. Let's go for Cultivate. Chemister's Insight. Drawing a few cards here. Growth Spiral. Let's see. Yeah, Growth Spiral. Have a few triggers, so get out other Field of the Dead. Island. Yeah, so we should be able to just combo off and win here. Hinterland Harbor. Mountain. So this is what this deck's trying to do, and we're going crazy. It seriously is so fun. All right, and then also Growth Spiral again. Get to play all the lands from our library. We'll go ahead and play it tapped. Stomping Ground. We will pay for this one. Just to make sure we absolutely get to go off on this turn. So we can do a couple different things. We can try to just win. We know that we have enough to draw cards here. So yeah, Chemister's Insight, dropping a Genesis Ultimatum. If we draw enough cards, then Jace wins the game for us. And that's another win condition that we do have with this deck. Pretty sweet stuff when it goes off. All right, up against Angel Eyes 007, and keep this Growth Spiral into Uro, not too shabby. We have Thousand Year Storm. We don't have red mana again, which is awkward. Up against Murka. Bring it on, Murka. Yeah, Muxus didn't quite fizzle there. Muxus hit a crap ton of stuff, but Flame Sweep's really good against goblins right now. The issue is, though, if they had found the Chieftain, I guess Chieftain would have died to Flame Sweep as well. So yeah, Flame Sweep Fiery Cannonade, I think, are the two cards. I can't remember. Is Fiery Cannonade instant speed as well? All right, Breeding Pool tap, pass the turn. All right, thanks, Troy. Yeah, I'll check it out later. Just in case they're going to be countering stuff, let's go ahead and draw now. Get this out. All right, play Uro. Steam Vents tapped or untapped. And pass the turn. This way we can hold up Lightning Strike if we need to. And we will absolutely fire it off. Sweet. All right, I guess more blue mana. We only ever need like 2 red mana, and so we do have that. I guess having more could be nice, but there are some things that require lots of other manas. All right, so play Thousand Year Storm, and we're going off. They could have, I think this might be Dimir Rogues. No, maybe not, I don't know. Brazen Borrower, they could have some like bounce effects. Sultai. Okay, okay. Solemn Simulacrum. Respawn, what's up? Welcome back. All right, we get to explore. We get to play Chemist's Insight, draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This lets us play the Genesis Ultimatum next turn. I would like to get out the Field of the Dead, though. Actually, that's right. We do get another land drop, so there we go. So do it that way. Land to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So what we're looking for is like an opt off the top or some 2-drop slot. Because if we can go for something with 2 mana, then we can Genesis Ultimatum and get 2 triggers off of it and just go crazy. We have some interaction still. We do have card draw, and we do have 4 lands in hand. I'm going to keep... We don't have any ramp is the issue. We'll play out the Triumph first. Pass the turn. Actually, now we're probably just going to shock something anyway here. So Fill the Dead, pass the turn. Get out the tap lands while we can. There's a Snoopid. Kill the Snoops. Take the beats. That's fine. Stomping Ground tapped. Pass the turn. And we're trying to dig for Flame Sweeps now. Goblin Chieftain. Kill the Chieftain. Alright, play Sulphur Falls. Pass the turn. See, yeah, we go up 1 additional land. We go up to 26 lands instead of 25, and all of a sudden we are trying all lands. I just feel like it's so off with this. Not the worst draws, but we'd love to find board wipe now. Flame Sweep. No. No. Alright, let's explore. We can also potentially get to just Field of the Dead here. How many lands do we get to play? Quite a few. Alright, Temple of Epiphany. Let's scry. Storm's Wrath we keep on top. Go Spiral. Draw that card. Tapped. Do I get 1 more land? Yeah, so this should give us... Oh, it was double... Dang it, I messed that up. I forgot I had double Stomping Ground. I was trying to get out tap lands first, but if I had played the Island in the Forest, I would have been able to create a blocker here. Now we're so close to dead. We also get to kill them, and hopefully they don't have a another spell here. Okay, so play that, play Island, create a 2/2 as a blocker, so we do get to chump now. I probably just want to hold on to Chemistry's Insight. No, we need more draws. They get to bring out Matron. Yeah, Now we won't find any lands to keep growing the board here. They should have a Muxus in hand. All right. Chemistry's Insight. Discarding the land. Thousand-Year Storm. Explore. No attacks, pass the turn. 3 blockers up against a Muxus. If they hit land here, they get it. No land though. All right, so Industry Dodger. Ooh, that's bad. All right, block. Down to 1. We have 1 turn to find answers. Growth Spiral. It doesn't matter if we play out Thousand Year Storm just yet. All right, so now we play it out. Actually, do we? Because we have to have enough mana to play Flame Sweeps. So now we opt. We get to dig twice. Uro's not the worst. How many cards in the graveyard? Okay. Keep Uro. Land to the bottom for sure. I mean, we do get to kind of go wide with it, but we can run into more lands, just like so. All right, play Uro. Gain some life. Steam Vents tapped. Actually, I probably should have brought it in untapped because I can cultivate and then Uro. Not quite. All right, play Uro. All right, I think this deck is actually going off, and we are beating right now the best deck in Historic format. No attacks past the turn, up to 7. Muxus can get massive, but we have chump blocks for days, so their best thing is just going wide. Tin Street Dodger can get in, but we've gained enough life now that it doesn't matter as much. Next turn we get to Thousand Year Storm, opt, cultivate, go crazy wide with the zombies, and then hopefully still find some other stuff after the cultivate. That's very wide. No hastiness though. All right, yeah, give me Flame Sweeps. Flame Sweeps are the dream. All right, we get the block. All right, I am going to try to opt or scry for the Flame Sweep here. Create more Gabo or zombies. Put to the bottom. Let's... Man, do I want more card draw first? All right, Thousand Year Storm number 2. I think it's probably better to have more ops here. This also thins out our deck a ton. So grab Mountain and Forest. Mountain tapped. Forest to hand. Now we opt, we get 4 draws with this. Actually, I guess it's just 3 because each one of them copy at one time. Another Field of the Dead. I guess to the bottom. Lightning Strikes. Thousand Year Storm. Keep that on top. All right, I do think that we can survive this turn. I can play swing in with Uro, gain more life, play another Forest. Actually, yeah, I guess we definitely do that. If we get a trade with something, that'd be great. Hinterland Harbor to the battlefield. More zombies. Now we also get to Magma Jet and kill some stuff. Yeah, it's instant speed, so. And then the Scry too for each of these. Yes. All right, takes it. So how many copies do we get now? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lightning Strike times 5 is 15 damage, so we have exactly lethal. All right. Yes. All right, we got there. They didn't block. We get to win because they didn't block the Uro. Shablamo. Dude, all right, yeah, this deck is fun when it starts going off. Thousand Year Storm, still a very powerful card. It's hard to play around because it's 6 mana, and taking a turn off on turn 6 is really hard to do. But that was a really fun game right there. All right, up against Mixmurray, bringing on Mixmurray, and we will keep it. Not an amazing hand, but we do have the opt, so we're kind of banking on this opt being good for us. We do have colors, or at least a few lands to be playing here. All right, up against Jeskai. All right, keep Uro. Breeding Pool tapped, pass the turn. Growth Spiral, All right, 5 color. Potentially. Yep, definitely 5 color. All right, play Uro. Cultivate for the next turn, and then we get the Thousand Year Storm and hopefully just go off. All right, up against Shrines. Shrines is interesting. So we need more, I guess, green and red. Maybe we do need to bring in some like enchantment removal or something like that into this deck. Like bounce effects could be nice. Brazen Borrower wouldn't be terrible. All right, so Thousand Year Storm. Play out the Triome. I couldn't say that to draw cards. Whoa, they just scoop it up immediately after seeing that. All right. This is probably a good place to end this one. All right, so overall, really enjoyed Thousand Year Storm. We took it into a couple historic events and we just got wrecked by it. For some reason, going from 25 lands to 26 lands meant that we suddenly could actually draw lands. I don't know what the difference is between one land there. It shouldn't be that big of a difference, but we went from not drawing lands ever to drawing tons of lands. I'm not sure exactly which games are going to be showing in this video because we ended up playing so many of them. But overall, very interesting. It was really fun to be playing this out and just kind of see how it does. And it definitely did a much better once we added the 1 extra land. Adding the Storm's Wrath and Flame Sweeps definitely were worth having as well. It's a fun deck. I think it's really a blast to play. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna go, if you guys are watching here on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And then we're gonna be playing some more stuff here on Twitch today. If you guys wanna check me out on Twitch, link is down in the description below. And make sure that you like, subscribe, follow me there with the heart button. And we'll see you guys in the next one.